Hey everybody, Jamie Pay here, and welcome to this video. This is the memory planner walkthrough that we do once a month, and so I got some pages here to share with you, so let's get started. Okay, I'm getting ready to almost completely fill up this map planner insert, and if you are following along here, you've seen that we have April in here, and now I'm going to share some May with you. So let's just start right at the beginning, because I don't think I snuck these pages in the last video that I did. So sorry about that, but here we are back, starting with May. And I really went heavy in May. If you're not familiar with Memory Planner and the Heidi Swapp kind of method of memory planner, she has a subscription-based class called Stop the Blur. Comes out on the 15th of every month, and so I try to jump in here before the 15th and share what I have done in the previous month in my memory planner. She also has a Stop the Blur kit that also comes out on the 15th of the month. So when I refer to a kit here, I'm referring to May's kit. This would have come out May 15. And I do have a sneak here, though, of this month's June kit. So stay tuned for that. It's a really gorgeous kit. So this is really heavy with some May elements. I'm just going to kind of walk you through. I get a lot of questions about how to start, what to do. And can I just share a disclaimer with you as we are getting ready to go through these pages? And I have another bonus for you in this video as well. And that is to not get overwhelmed. And that overwhelm is not inspiration. And to just share with you, I have done Memory Planner 10 years. Memory Planner's 10 years now, right? That's a long time to be doing something. It has certainly ebbed and flowed throughout the years. It ebbs and flows from month to month, from season to season. It's just kind of whatever I'm feeling. And I kind of feel on the cusp of some things right now, even with these pages, which I'm going to share with you. So I'm just presenting these as some possible inspiration for you if Memory Planner is your jam. And to just take some things and work with them. If you see something on a page that you're like, oh, I really like that, do it over and over again. Do it on every page. Just have fun with it and find your own style. Okay, that's the disclaimer. So for this page, I used the Destination Alpha dies and outlined them with the outline die. The stars, I love the stars. Stars is part of the May kit. Super cutie. So is this washi, and we'll talk about this here in a moment. There is a library die now, that library card, that's what I want to say, library card die that's now available. And then these clipboards rather came with the May kit. So I layered a photo and then this little journal piece that came with it, but I just created a embellished cluster on it with stamps from the May update stamp and then more Destination Alphas, the numbers though there. And then this long journal card, I just loved it. I didn't know how I was going to use it at first. You're going to see I used it a couple times. So this is the pink one. And so on it, I added some clustered elements, almost like, think scrapbook page. So here's a photo. Here's like a little title to do. I used the slide piece that was from the kit. And worth the effort. I don't think it's May's printable. That might be a previous printable. It might be March's. I'm not even sure what this stamp set is from, but I stamped it and then I trimmed it up, kind of like definition stickers. And then I came in here and I added my journaling, which I had a lot to say. I had a daughter moving out, starting her new place. And so I had fun with this little washi element here. So I started on the page and then I added it to the back. And so the whole thing, the adventure begins, and so the adventure begins. I don't know. I just kind of had fun with that. More washi. Enjoy this. So over here on this page, I made a little tuckable. I'm going to start calling these tuckables because they're not really pockets. There is adhesive on two sides of this May printable card, which is from the May Stop the Blur class. There's a printable every month, and this is from that. So I had my photo here. I added my little printable piece. I cut a tag, a little wonky, but you know, don't judge me. I added I printed a quote on here that I had found about creativity, and then my journaling is on the back of that. And that just tucks in there. It's just an element I enjoy doing. It's pretty secure, so it's not like it's going to fly out. And it's just, like I said, 2 pieces of double-sided adhesive tape in there. Here is another one of those longer journal cards. And this time I added a score mark and then folded it over there. So this was a bummer of a day. And so that's what the not okay and life stuff is all about in the emotional roller coaster, because it really was. It was also National Scrapbook Day. But I added, again, my journaling, and the story is back behind here. And then I added another photo here about another story. I actually need to kind of add some journaling right here to that. Then this phone was in the printable for May. I added the quote on top of it before I printed it. This also little journal spot, which I love journal spots when they're included in the printable. I had some notes on there. The take a deep breath. I believe that is last June agendas, and the breathe. And then your story matters, and the glasses, that's from the book update, book update stamp set. I wanted to make one more point about this page here. I get this question also. I didn't finish up the last of April, but you can see April's here, and the last couple pages can go there. So I went ahead and flipped the page completely, and I started May completely on a brand new page. I like to do that. I've yet to really start on the same page as the previous month. I like a brand new fresh start, and I like to kind of emulate that in my walkthrough. In my memory planner as well. So on this day, on this week, I realized as I'm looking at this, I have not added my stamped date, so I need to do that. But for this, I started with photos. Again, I get asked the question quite often. And if you want more details on this, I do have a class about memory planner basics. And it's just a great way to kind of hear how I think through these things, as well as some sketch ideas that are involved in that online course as well. I will link that in the descriptions. I'd love for you to join that class. But I will share, as I always share, I always start with the photos. And that's what I did with this page as well. I had a week where I had a visitor, and plus we took a road trip, and just a lot of things were going on. So I started with the photos, and then it just sort of evolved into this whole green story, probably because of the chip. I keep saying chipboard. This is a clipboard. It's not a chipboard. This clipboard that was part of the May kit, it might very well have started with that. Plus this greenish here, that was the Don't Forget Washi. So this is one of the long journal cards again, but this time I added adhesive on 3 sides so that I could have a pocket, which is exactly what I did. Now this photo here, for me, didn't really match my color scheme, so that's kind of why it's in a pocket. I do that a lot. I will hide photos if they don't fit my particular color scheme. I know I'm a little snobby about that. Just forgive me. Then this little journal card is from a previous kit. Couldn't even tell you which one. But then I added this ghost tab to it, and then alphas from, I believe, April's kit to the today, and it just tucks right in there. I really loved how that worked out. I love the whole layer of this today over that photo. Enjoy the Little Things is May's Stamp Society, and you're going to see that a lot through here. Really enjoyed that stamp set. So then another photo, and kind of you're feeling here a little bit of a scrapbookish page, which I love to do. I'm probably going to start doing this a little more often. So everything's a little wonky. It's not necessarily sitting in its particular day, and I'm so fine with that. So when it comes down to it, my journaling, and you're going to see me do this again later on in the month, my journaling is more broad. It's not so much about on Monday I did da 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 da, on Tuesday I did, but sometimes it's like that, and then sometimes it's not. I like kind of a free flow about that. So the journaling kind of ended up being in one space, even though the photos might have been from another day. This slide was super cute. I don't usually make small photos, but I did that twice here. Made small photos. I turned the slide over here on this side, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The Beyond Grateful was from the March Stop the Blur printable. This is a quote card. I'm not quite sure they're still available, but when you get these kind of quote cards, it comes with a ton of them, and you just need to use them. So I used it there. Life is a collection of moments, which completely captured this week for me and all the things that were happening. So over in this week, I decided to use I think I had one of these left, this little photo stack, and I added a March label to it. Choose Happy is from May Stamp Society. Looking Forward to and Take Time Off is from the March printable. This camera photo here, a photo with the stamp, came from the Let's Go stamp set, or it might even be called middle of nowhere. Currently not available. So if you're interested in that, be sure to click notify me so that you know when that comes back in stock. So then I added another of the ghost tabs here in Hey, and then some more stamping. Take a deep breath from that Stamp Society. And then I added my photos inside here with the journaling. So I had a lot of journaling, had a lot of photos. That was a great opportunity to use this little photo stack here. This card is from, there's a clipboard set, kind of like a notepad set that comes with different size clipboards and different size journal cards that stack on them. I just use this as its own journal card. And then this is a technique I love to employ too. I had lots of photos here. And you know what? I realized I meant to add mom on here. I was going to go back in and dye the word mom, and I should have done that. This is an incomplete page, but you get the idea. This is Mother's Day. And so I like to take my 2x2 photos and create little photo flaps with them where I have not only the photo, but then I have room for adding the journaling underneath. And then I had another photo there I wanted to add. So it's 1 day and 4 photos. So here we have over here on this side, 1 week and 3 photos, right? Or 4 photos, which kind of encompasses a whole week. But then here we have 1 day and 4 photos. It just happens like that sometimes. It's really hard with Memory Planner to be formulaic, in my opinion. Someone's going to come in here and say, oh no, I've got a great formula, I stick to it. I don't. I wouldn't know how, because it just, like, even this week is a great example. Not a lot of photos in this week at all, but a lot of things I wanted to say, whether it was by a quote card that I printed and added to my page, whether it was I had something to say by virtue of stamping it, enjoy here, now, every day. That was like something to me that was prominent in my brain, and I stamped it out. It was like, I want to keep this and have this and remember this, and this June stamp set was perfect for that. Then we have like bullet list here of things going on in the whole entire week. You Are Crushing It's a really big white space kind of card. Again, with the May Stamp Society, and I stamped the big in black and the small in the, I believe this is Kitsch Flamingo. And then I used the Clipboard Stamp set to create some journal spots. So that's a lot of fun with that stamp set. And here's another thing that's going on this page too, if you haven't quite noticed yet. So like I said, we opened up here with this page, and I started with the photos. Oh, I have 3 photos. I didn't even see that there. Lots of spring fever was big this time because there was just so much spring going on. But the other thing I wanted to point out too was, here's a page that is pink because I went with my photos, and here's a page that's green because I went with my photos, and this got plastered with photos this time. And again, there's no formula here. I don't know if I have another page anywhere like this. This is just how it came out. This is just how it worked out. So I had pre-made some tag with the May Stamp Society. Boy, almost every page here has May Stamp Society, doesn't it? I don't know if I normally do that, but I did for this month. And I already had this pre-made, and so as I was working on this green page, it's literally sitting on my table. It's a great idea. This is like some creative advice I read at one time. Like, keep your tools in order. Like, don't let your tools be hanging around all over the place. It takes up your space, right? But your supplies, let them mesh. And that's basically what happened. So I just had some different elements on my workspace. So when it came to doing this green page, I saw this here's a reminder, practice extreme gratitude. Absolutely perfect, because that's exactly where my head was this week. And again, this kind of answers that, well, I don't have something to say every day. And neither did I. Well, I kind of did. I'm lying. But I didn't. I did, but I didn't. This was like the spirit, something I was thinking about as I was making these pages. This kind of fell in the spirit of the week. This was the spirit of the story being told. I just happen to have photos that go with every day. And then I wrote some journaling over here. This is bullet points of what was going on here. But I really enjoyed thinking through that. And I'm going to encourage you, if you find yourself kind of stumped at times, well, I don't know what to write in my days. Well, what's the spirit of the week? Maybe something's on your mind and you need to stamp it out and have that as a reminder to enjoy the here and now, and to do that every day. Maybe you need to remind yourself you are crushing it. And this came by way of not this whole elevating myself, but rather reminding myself, you are trying to take care of a lot of things right now. Be a little more gentle on yourself in the process. That's what this is reminding me of. So while very, very much our memory planners are about the memories that are found in them, sometimes it's about reminding you of something you need to be reminded of. I think I rely on my memory planner in that way. Very much, actually. Let's pause right now because I'm going to process this out for you. So stay tuned. I just want to jump in here with this process part. I never do this. I just kind of felt like doing it this time with this particular page here. So I have grabbed the alphas from the March kit and am adding in May. I'm going to reach for those alphas again in a moment. Here I have these great agenda alpha. I'm sorry, they're numbers. And I'm going to stamp that 8 right there on the Tuesday, and it's going to be in the wrong place. So I'm covering up with a circle label because sometimes that's what you have to do, especially when you're stamping right on the page. So I actually wanted the 8 to live on the Wednesday. So here we are doing this again. You notice I put a cutting mat behind my page to help keep a good solid surface, especially when I'm actually stamping right on the page. So these tiny alphas are from the April kit and they worked perfectly with the color scheme. I love having these alphas. They're super tiny. You can really create quite a fun little title with them because they're so little. And I'm going to come back and you're actually later going to see that they are on all maybe 4 of these days. So that's in place. And like I said, I'm coming back in here with the March alpha again. And I just like to repeat elements. There's a cohesiveness that comes to doing that. And that's what's happening here. And you're going to see this gets kind of messed up in a minute. I will come back and fix that. So never fear. Grabbing the middle of nowhere stamp set. And I thought the Let's Go was perfect as we jumped into our official summer break here. This page was very much dedicated to the kid and his last week at school and some things I wanted to write about his track year. And I just decided, sometimes I do this, just making the whole week about a singular subject. And it happened to be very much about him. There are just a lot of things happening this week. So Let's Go is going to sit there. And then I had another photo from our first day out hiking on our summer break. And it needed to be really small. So if I put it in there straight and the right way up, that would be really super cool, right? So it's in place down there at the bottom. The Let's Hike is from May's kit. It needs to be a stamp. So this little mini booklet is so cool. And it's an element that you can buy in the shop. Comes with that plastic paper holder. And this was very intentional because there was a lot here to tell. And again, this was about the spirit of the story here, where I'm not writing in every day, but I'm definitely going to be using this booklet to tell a lot of stories, which will also probably end up being bigger stories in an album someplace else. But that's how this is working here. And so to finish up, I love these particular numbers for the dates. And so I'm just coming in with that Hero Arts black ink that I use so very often and giving each of those days their date of the week. And then, you know what I'm going to come in with next? You can probably guess. Yep, that May Stamp Society is going to fill in a couple of places. And even though I don't have everything filled in here, you're going to see in the end photos how I use this in a couple other places on this page. Okay, the last thing I want to share with you today is that I have started adding in June and using June Memory Planner Kit element. This page is just begun. I haven't even got much done here. I just have, this happens sometimes. I just know I'm going to go somewhere in a direction and I'll just go ahead and add it. I did add one of the stickers from the June kit, Say Yes to New Adventures, because this was like starting our hike series that we do every summer. And so that was a great way to start that off. So let me just walk through each of these elements here. Now, June here is cut out on ledger paper from the Destination Alphas. Then here's this little tag element here, and it has a pocket for the vellum. Then there's these mini tags that come with the kit, and I trimmed it down because it didn't quite fit. I trimmed it down a little bit, and then I cut this little tag here that is part of June's die set and added that. And today is part of the washi. I popped in a photo right there. So here is a big birthday day. The shopping bags are die cuts that are part of June's kit. And again, I added in a tag that is part of the kit. I haven't written my journaling yet. And then photo, and then the big 25, which is the number die set and the outline part, which is super fun to work with. I love these whole outline elements. The happy is alpha, that is part of June's kit. And then be the reason someone smiles today is also a sticker sheet that comes in June's kit. There's that tag again. So I've used the tag 3 times here. I stamped from the June update onto here and then wrote some bullet point notes as to what was happening here. The hello is part of the alpha, as is the Sunday. The fun, the enjoy, I already showed you the today, is part of the washi tape. And then one more photo. I added in some washi tape that is just in the shop. It's just the striped, and this is actually blue. It kind of comes off as black perhaps in the screen, but it's actually the blue tape. So that's a look at most of May that I have done so far and a start into June. Let me share this as well. This is the jumbo tag die. It's so fun. It pops the color, it pops the hole right out, and you have little tabs that you can choose. And I cut it out of ledger paper also, and it's going to be awesome room for some journaling, and I can embellish the front of this with some elements as well. So that's a look, and a good long look at May and June. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your being here. If you have any questions about Memory Planner or anything else, please let me know. I'll see you in the next video.